Rosita y Conchita, a rhyming storybook in English and Spanish, written and illustrated by Erich Gonzalez and Erich Haeger. It is the Day of the Dead, the 2nd of November, when our loved ones who've passed we celebrate and remember. The spirits try with all their might to visit the living for just one night. In the town of Pueblo City lives a girl named Conchita. She's come to prepare an altar for her twin sister, Rosita. Together they used to laugh and play until one day, little Rosita passed away. So Conchita makes an altar for her sister so she can show her how much she missed her. Meanwhile, in the land of those now gone, Rosita hopes to see her sister before morning's dawn. The celebrations have begun as people prepare and strive to greet their loved ones on the other side. But little Rosita doesn't smile or even dare to grin. She's too worried that her sister may have forgotten her lost little twin. Conchita has not forgotten her sister. In fact, she remembers well. She's prepared her sister's favorite food to entice her with the smell. Rosita notices something in the air carried on the breeze. It tickles her nose and almost makes her sneeze. She knows this smell. It's her sister's own recipe. Chocolate chip enchiladas, and they can only be for me. She follows the smell around the corner and up the street, chasing it just as fast as she can move her feet. She follows her nose wherever it sends her, up until she runs into a row of street vendors. She sniffs hard, but all is lost in a fog of sugary churros and bacon-wrapped hot dogs. Oh, what terrible luck she's just been handed. Without the scent, she's wound up quite stranded. Rosita looks around and dons the saddest kind of frowns, as she's found herself lost in an unfamiliar part of town. She calls her sister's name, and she begins to shout. She knows she needs to find Conchita before time runs out. Conchita brings out some music and plays Rosita's favorite song. She strikes a silly pose and starts to dance along, just like they always danced and sang in front of the mirror. But Conchita just hopes that Rosita can hear her. All but given up, Rosita sits with her arms on her lap. She lowers her head and notices her toe starts to tap. What's this? Could her ears be ringing? No, it's the sweet tones of her sisters singing. All thanks to this happy, merry tune, Rosita's back on the trail, and none too soon. But as soon as it started, her chase comes to a stop when her ears are startled by a rather loud pop. There's a massive parade of happy marching souls, all of them chasing the firecracker bowl. In all this noise, she has to cup her ears, but the singing is almost gone, just like she fears. But try as she might, the singing has been replaced by the rowdy mariachi band, now in her face. Rosita makes a dash away from the parade until all the noise begins to fade. She finds a quiet spot to rest upon, but it's no use. Her sister's singing is now gone. The sun's going down. It's late in the day, so Conchita brought candles to light Rosita's way. The small altar no longer looks like a dark hole as the candles make the entire room sparkle and glow. With her hopes now gone, she looks to the sky, trying as hard as she can just not to cry. But on the horizon, out very far, she sees the most beautiful twinkling star. Then appears another and another and another still. The stars keep appearing until her eyes are nearly filled. As Rosita nears these twinkling lights, dark clouds form and hide them from her sight. She squints her eyes and really stares, but the only thing to be seen are clouds in the air. Rosita hangs her head. She hangs it low. After going so far, she doesn't know where to go. Conchita places flowers on the altar with love and affection in hopes that these will give Rosita a little direction. She thinks marigolds will be a good reminder of their home so Rosita can find her. Rosita walks away, but then feels a bump in the road. She looks down and sees a small flower, a marigold. She picks up the flower. It's oh so pretty, just like the ones that grow in Pueblo City. Marigold flowers like these don't grow here. Rosita knows her sister must be near. Rosita picks up the flowers with a hop and a skip, and she happily follows the trail until she feels a cold drip. That drip turns to 2 and then to 3 more. 4 drops to rain, and it's a real downpour. Water spills down the street from the rain shower and washes away her trail of marigold flowers. Rosita tries not to lose the flowers to the rain, but they all wash down the corner storm drain. Soaking wet and with nothing above her, Rosita quickly searches for cover. The awning breaks and Rosita's splashed, but all she feels are how her hopes have been dashed. Hidden amidst the rain on her cheek is a tear, for Rosita thinks she'll miss Conchita this year. Conchita worked on the altar from noon till night, yet something still doesn't seem quite right. With all the decorations, it's a sight to behold, yet why does the altar seem so cold? But before she can find that missing piece, Conchita is called to join the dinner feast. Now more than ever, the sisters feel so apart. All that remains is the closeness in their heart. So far, all of Rosita's senses have led her astray. The only thing left is to let her heart lead the way. As she's about to leave, Conchita stops in her tracks. The altar doesn't need more candles or tasty snacks, nor flowers, nor linens with pretty beads. No, Conchita knows just what it needs. In a flash, she cuts across the rug. She grabs the little doll and gives it an enormous hug. It's a hug with overwhelming love and joy, more than can be contained in one little toy. And with that, the altar is complete. It's now time for Conchita to make her retreat. Down by the road, a ray of light falls on Rosita's shoulders. She feels a comforting warmth, like when her sister would hold her. Deep inside her heart, she feels a tug. She knows this warmth feels just like a hug. She opens her eyes to discover the source, but all she sees is a dazzling force. It's clear that this warmth from above is the power of her sister's love. Conchita's gift of love clears the clouds and the rain, where love and hope are all that remain. With her sister's love, she has been freed. Rosita can now close her eyes and let her heart lead. Though much has caused her to falter, Rosita at last has reached the altar. The display is absolutely breathtaking, so much that her heart is aching. And there on top of it all, Rosita spies the cute little doll. Rosita embraces the doll and hugs it tightly. The warm glow from the doll shines even more brightly. In words that couldn't be any more true, she whispers, "My dearest Conchita, I love you." Conchita feels a warmth surround her that can banish any chill. "I love you too, Rosita, and I always will." The end. Thank you for reading Rosita and Conchita with me. It was written by Erich Gonzalez and Erich Haeger.